And they're off in the Affirmed. Very smooth beginning. Mucho Gusto ambles out for the early lead. Visitant. Kingley is up close. And in between horses, Always Forgiven now pokes his head in front. Roadster is second to last. Manhattan up at the back of the field. Visitant now hugs the rail and goes on with it, opening up about a length. Always Forgiven is in second. Mucho Gusto on the outside. Kingley's tough to handle. He's throwing his head around down on the fence. Only a length and a half or two off the lead. Kingley very, very difficult in the early stages. Then comes Roadster, who's only 3 off the pace, and Manhattan up at the back of the field. They straighten away for the run down the backstretch. It's Visitant by a head to Always Forgiven. There's a seam for Kingley, who's headstrong and moves up now to be a joint second. Mucho Gusto is caught 4 wide coming to the half-mile pole. He's 3 in front of Roadster, and inside of him, Manhattan up. Past the half-mile in the Affirmed Stakes. Visitant has been there throughout. At the rail, Kingley is just a head back in second. Mucho Gusto's had a smooth journey, makes a 3-wide bid after them with less than 3 furlongs to run. Always Forgiven is weakening. Passed now by Roadster, who takes 4th, and Manhattan up at the rail. Mucho Gusto's head is in front at the quarter pole. He's now in front a half a length of Visitant. Kingley is dropping back at the rail, and Roadster kicks in on the outside. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Mucho Gusto is the one to beat. Kicks away smartly to Roadster on the outside, Kingley and Visitant, but Mucho Gusto means business in the Affirmed Stakes, and he's clear by 3. A clear-cut victory for Mucho Gusto and Joe Talamo, hand-ridden late to score by 2.5. Roadster was second. Visitant third. Manhattan up, finished 4th. In the winner's circle is number 6, Mucho Gusto, a 3-year-old chestnut colt by Mucho Macho Man out of It's a Giant Causeway. Owned by Michael Lund Peterson, trained by Bob Baffert. Bob Baffert sending out the winner as well as the runner-up. Ridden to victory by Joe Talamo. It's a riding double today for Joe Talamo. Mucho Gusto was bred in Kentucky by Tenary Farm Incorporated and Bernardo Alvarez Calderon. Running time, 1 minute 45.15 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle, to make the presentation to the connections of Mucho Gusto is Belinda Stronach, who is also joined by a longtime friend of Laz Barrera, who of course trained the Triple Crown winning Affirmed, Alex Crowley. In today's 9th race, we have 21 minutes to post, and there are no changes.
The Grade 3 Affirmed Stakes only appropriate. The winner of the Laz Barrera would take both. Mucho Gusto, perfect ride by Joe Talamo. Joe, congratulations. Take us through the race.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a really good trip. He broke really sharp. Those 2 outside horses went. I was just able to kind of track him around there, and he was just full of run turning for home there.
You've known this horse for a long time. What's special for you?
He just tries really hard, and you can do whatever you want with him. He finally drew outside today, so we were able to kind of sit outside. I mean, he can go to the front and win. He can sit off and win. He's just a really nice horse.
Thanks for the time, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's talk to Bob Baffert. Bob, it almost looked like from the start of the race like you were going to go to the lead with this one. Was the plan all along just to take back and let the other horses do the work?
Yeah, I just didn't really, I thought maybe Kingley would be in the lead, but he was just playing it by ear. But when the one went, they just sat. But I told Joe, if we're going to win any like bigger purses, this horse needs to learn to relax instead of going out there fast all the time. And so I think this horse is maturing. He's a late foal. He's getting better. And I think today, Roadster, he was coming there at the end. But Roadster, he's not quite where I'd like to have him where he was. But at least it was a positive move for him forward. And he needs a little bit more weight on there after the Derby. But, when we run him in these kind of races, you're just trying to get something positive out of it. And so, but I think Mucho, the way he's doing, he's really improving now. So, might take a shot at something like the Haskell or something.
That's what we're going to wonder, because you cut back to the 7 furlongs, which almost gave an indication that maybe this is a one-turn miler. But what we saw today, it looks like the mile and a quarter is definitely worth taking a shot with.
Well, I mean, he has speed, and Monmouth Park, and I want to see what played out, and but I can change my mind about 5 times before then. But right now, I was hoping, Roadster, we'll see how he comes out. He'll go somewhere. But I just think that, it's one of those things where I'm just happy that we won it, because when you have 3 in there like that, you hope you'll win it with one of them.
Absolutely. Happy Father's Day, Bob.
Thank you. I'm got plenty of kids.
I know you do. Bob Baffert, Mucho Gusto. Good day in the Affirmed.